Is Lauren Culp, and I'm doing my project on the ozone layer. So the ozone layer was created about 1 billion years ago when early aquatic organisms called blue-green algae began using energy from the sun to split molecules of H2O and CO2 and recombine them into organic compounds of molecular oxygen. The oxygen accumulated in the atmosphere and trioxygen atoms were formed. The ozone layer is made of trioxygen. It is possible to create trioxygen in small amounts, but it is impossible to make enough to replace the amount being destroyed in the atmosphere. So the distance from the ground to the ozone layer is about 15 to 35 kilometers. So on my diagram, 1 inch equals 10 kilometers. So as you can see, the stratosphere begins at 10 kilometers, and then the ozone layer starts at 15 kilometers, and you can see the trioxygen that I put in the ozone layer. The ozone layer ends at 35 kilometers, and the stratosphere ends at 50 kilometers. Now, this isn't really, it's a general distance because since it is the atmosphere, there's no defining line, so it doesn't exactly end at 35, but it's like a range. So there can be too much ozone, and in this case, it causes significant reductions in regional plant production and crop yields. It damages plants and affects their ability to soak up carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and accelerates global warming. So this is the ozone hole. The ozone layer is being damaged by pollutants in the air that are mostly man-made, such as chlorine and bromine, as you can see in the diagram. It can be fixed by reducing the chemicals and pollutants reaching the stratosphere. Some solutions we have already made include the Montreal Protocol, which is gradually eliminating the production and consumption of ozone-depleting substances to limit their damage to the ozone layer. The Montreal Protocol is signed by 197 countries. Also in 1990, Congress amended the Clean Air Act with provisions for protecting the ozone layer. These amendments require the EPA to implement regulations such as the ODS phase-out and exemption programs, which manage ozone-depleting substances in the United States. So lastly, the function of the ozone layer. The ozone layer protects life from harmful UV radiation by absorbing a good portion of it. As you can see in the diagram, the UV radiation is coming from the sun, and the ozone layer is absorbing most of it. Some does reach Earth, but without the ozone layer's protection from the sun, people, animals, and plant life would be destroyed. Even underwater life would not be safe. On the human body, UV rays can cause skin damage, sunburn, and cancer. And that is all. Thank you for listening.